I always find it both fascinating and more than a little bit ironic that there is so much licensed merchandise based on classic arcade games that came out in 1983, the very year that the video game industry in North America started to crumble. And I guess that preponderance of stuff was a contributing factor, and that also is the case with this pole position board game from Parker Brothers, 1983. We're gonna take a look at it right after this. This video brought to you in part by Embraceware. Learn more about the ultimate game guide just ahead. Hey there, welcome back to Gen X Grown Up. I'm John, I am a Gen X Grown Up. Thank you for taking the time to check out this video. With the renewed interest in pole position, renewed, I mean we never lost interest in pole position, but certainly fresh interest on the heels of My Arcade's latest racing player based on pole position that came out earlier this year, it got me on the lookout and wanting the pole position board game. Now I have a lot of board games you can see up on my shelf here, a lot of them based on video games. I got a Frogger and a Pac-Man and I think a Jungle Hunt up there. I've covered these before and I knew there was a pole position, but I never spotted it. And while I prefer to find things in thrift shops and locate them in the wild, I kind of got tired of waiting, so I went to eBay and I was able to come across a really nice, what appears to be complete pole position board game from, as I said, 1983. So let's take it to the table and see what it's like. Upon first inspection, I would say that this copy was pretty well taken care of by the original owner or owners and well packaged and delivered to me by the eBay seller. I've only peeked inside to see how the little packing materials were added, and I think it's complete. I haven't really fully checked. The artwork to me looks like it might be a little washed out, like not super gray or anything, but it's not very vibrant. That's not the camera. It's just a little pale. You can see the artwork here, the Fast Track Auto Racing board game, and then up here you can see the logo, Parker Brothers Arcade Game Series. They put out several in this line, including, Frogger, and I forget what else I know that I have, but board games were a thing, based on pretty much anything, cartoons or whatever, and arcade games were no different. Flipping it around to the back, we can see just a black and white preview of what the board looks like when it's set up with, looks like playing cards and stuff. Just a little bit of tape from where it was, sealed closed at some point by someone. I won't worry too much about that. And then a brief description over here where we learn it's for ages 7 to 14, 2 to 4 players, takes about 30 minutes, and we can get an inventory of what's supposed to be in here. Board, track cards, 64 colors, 4 straightaway track pieces. All right, so we use all that to run the inventory to see what we have and is it complete. So let's get inside and take a look at the contents then. So here of course is the board of the board game, which we'll take a peek at in just a moment. Otherwise, I mentioned the eBay seller kind of put some packing material in here to keep it from rattling around. So make sure I don't lose anything there. Just a couple, maybe some cards are in here. Yeah, I expect. Yep, deck of cards, or decks of cards, multicolor, yeah. And here we have the full instructions for the game. Let's do a quick inventory and see what we do have compared to what they say we should have on the back of the box. Here's that little tray of accessories. Let's pull everything out and see. All right, so running through the list, yeah, we have the game board, which we'll look at. We have 24 track cards. And in fact, we have blue, green, red, and yellow, 6 each. If you want to look at these, they each have something you're going to do, what it is you can do. So this is going to be in place of a die, I'm guessing, to show you how to move your little race car. It says we have 4 straightaway track pieces, and in fact, here are the 4 straightaway track pieces. I'm not sure why those aren't printed on the board. I guess we'll find out. It says we have 4 racing cars, and sure enough, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at these. Both the player numbered cars and the little black rookie cars are just kind of profiles on a stand, but they are the profiles of a Formula One car, so that makes sense. And we have all 4 of those cars. There's the 2 rookie cars and then the 4 indicator circles. So yeah, and it also lists like some rubber bumpers and stuff. That's already on the board. They come on a sticker set that you have to do, and those go on the board. So let's look at the board. The board for a vintage board game is always a toss-up. You never know, is it going to be pristine like it was never opened, or is it going to be horrible because it was left open and maybe water damaged or something? So let's check this one out. Oh, that looks quite nice. Very vibrant. We even saw the box was a little bit washed out. This is not. So I would say this was used and played with and put away, it looks like. And since we're looking, here are the little bumpers. They're almost like cork bumpers. And though I haven't yet read the instructions, I can see that there are little notches on the sides of the racetrack pieces that line up with those little bumpers so that you can place the track on there. And it would seem that based on the cards, there's going to be a situation where you can slide these. So you see how this lines up with the track over here, but only one lane here, and then when you slide it, this lines up with the track over here, but only one lane over here. And that opens up my next question, which always happens when there's a board game based on anything, especially a video game like Pole Position. How is this not just a race car game? What did they do, I'm curious to find out, that makes it a pole position game? Like, what makes it like the arcade game? Since the game is based on racing, is this game simulating that, or is it simulating the game that it's based, you know what I mean? Anyway, time now to look at the instructions and see what the play is like. The Ultimate Game Guide app for NES has been updated to include Super NES. The app is now free to try with a sampling of content and a purchase option to unlock the full library for each system. Manage both your NES and your Super NES collections in a single app. The entire libraries of both systems are covered with reviews, screenshots, cart images, box art, and information such as genre, publisher, release date, estimated price, and more. Also features tips, codes, passwords, Game Genie codes, and magazine print ads. Sync your collection with a free cloud account and view the estimated value. Available now at embraceware.com/GenX. I have now read through the instructions. They're very simple. You can pause here if you want to see them, but I think I am ready to show you how to play, and it's really straightforward. I won't go through every nuance, but here's the basics. You decide who's going to play by drawing one of these chips, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's pretend we're just having a two-player game, and I were to draw chip 1, which means I'm going to get the red car number 1, it's going position 1, and then I have my little deck of cards. The other player, of course, is going to draw the 2. They're going to have the yellow cards and the yellow car. You can play up to 4 players, but I just have the 2 here. And don't forget, we have these little rookie cars that come into play as well. You can see that all of my cards aren't pristine, but in pretty good shape, and each of them has some instruction. Move 3 spaces, move 5 spaces, move 2 and shift track. We'll show you that in a second. Shift track and then move 2, move 4, move the rookie, and then move 2. So I guess it's a little bit of deck building. Like, you can stack them however you want, and then you put them face down, and on your turn, you draw the top one and try to do what it says to the best of your ability. So I've got the board set up, got my cards all stacked. Let's simulate a 2-player game and see what Pole Position, the board game, is like. Player 1 goes first, flip your top card, and I see shift track and move 2. So I can shift any track that I like. So maybe I want to shift this one over. Not that it does much for me. And move 2. You can move forward or sideways, but not diagonally. And you can't cross on the yellow line. No passing on the curve, of course. Then we'll flip to yellow. Yellow has a move 4. So yellow can go 1, 2, 3. I can go forward or left. I'm going to go left and try to cut off that red car. Red flips a card. Move 2 and shift the track. So red can only move 1, 2. The only way they can go. And shift the track. I'll move this one over here again. Yellow's turn. Move 2 and shift track. Okay, yellow will move forward, 1, 2, and the track is fine. We'll just shift that one. Red, move 5. Oh, he could really pull ahead here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, not looking too bad. Yellow's third turn, move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now somebody is on that track. Shift track can make a big difference now. Red takes a turn, move 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. Now we're on there. Yellow takes a turn, move the rookie. Now that's different, and move 2. So move rookie means I can take one of these rookie cars and put it anywhere on a straightaway, but not on a curve. So I'm going to choose to put it like right there in front of that red car, kind of put it in the way. And then yellow can move 2. 1, 2. So it kind of cuts off the red car, so he's got to work harder to get around. 2 more. We have a move rookie and move 2 for the red car. So, let's put the rookie in front of the yellow and then move 2. 1, 2. That's fine. Yellow gets its turn. Move 4. Now, yellow's first move has to be horizontally to get past that black car. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because of where the track is positioned, you can see there's only one lane that's aligned unless someone moves the track. So you can see how you might cut someone off with that. Red has one last card, move 4, so we'll move him 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last card for yellow, shift track and move 2. All right, and I think it has to be done in that order. I could be wrong, but we're going to shift the track. We're going to slide this one over, and then we're going to move 2. 1, 2, puts us on that curve. Now, once you have gone through one cycle of cards, you can then pick them all up, resort them, organize them how you want, turn them face down, and you keep going until one player crosses the finish line. The instructions even say if you like a longer game, you could like go 2 laps or 3 laps around. And so I would say it's kind of not exactly the arcade pole position. It is an interesting racing game. I think the mechanics and the curves are pretty cool, so you can't pass there as you shouldn't. These blocking cars, the rookie cars, are just, NPC cars that you can move around wherever you want. They don't appear to move the track. You just put them where you want them, which is kind of weird. It might as well be obstacles for that matter. Put a rock in the road or whatever. Okay, I'm going to quickly speed forward through finishing this game just to see who wins, just for curiosity. So I'm coming into the back end of this game. I made it through the first bit, and at this point, the red player, I've pretty much boxed the yellow player in. They can't cross the yellow line. The track isn't lined up. And so until they can move a rookie and slide the track, this car is stuck. That's a dangerous spot to be, on the inside of a curve, but it's a risk reward. If you're on the inside of a curve, that is faster, but it's only 3 spaces versus 6 spaces versus 3, but you could get stuck in the corner. So interesting mechanic there. And there we go. The red car won. I might have messed up the order there in the middle trying to keep track of who's who, but that's it. There is a decent race car game to be had here. Again, the no passing on the curves is cool. The blocker cars, the rookie cars, those work out okay. And then ultimately for 4 players, yeah, they say 30 minutes. I can't see that. It's a 15-minute game as long as you're paying attention, but there we go. 1983's pole position from Parker Brothers. With instructions that clearly say for ages 4 through 14, this board game was targeted at kids, but what do you think of it? Is it something that you would bother playing yourself these days, if in fact you are a board game player? I mean, just the fact that it's based on pole position, it makes it worth a play or two, I would think, but I'm curious to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments. Meanwhile, I'll throw links to some other videos here and here based on arcade board games that I've looked at in the past. I certainly hope you found something to enjoy in this video. Can't wait to talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.